solves this is the first time. This is not an invitational. Yeah. People weren't invited to be here. You earned it from opens to championships. That $1 million is yours to claim.
Let's get this done as we have 3 days for our first weekend here. Of course, $2 million base prize pool is on the line, of course, as everybody at home can also be contributing as things go on. We're going to be starting with the group stage, going to semis, and then the grand final, as we mentioned, in Oakland later on, Avenger. And this tournament format, the structure of it and everything like that, every stage is a short burst, but it really, really matters moving on.
And we've been talking through it, like through the regions, through the stages.
Yeah.
You have to prepare for this. You might have a long phase to come to here, but you have to be able to prove it with 6 games. I love the double elimination system we have here as well. It's very lovely.
I really like it because you need to adapt and you need to be quick. You don't know who's your next enemy is going to be. There's going to be a lot of teams you're going to be facing here.
And of course, a point system here as well. If you are unfamiliar with it as a whole, or you might be familiar with it through the entire year because we've been using the same one, but if you're unfamiliar, it's 10 points for that first place. It teeters on down from there, 1 point per kill, and we've seen throughout this year that kills mean a lot of points.
Kills have been the difference maker, the tiebreaker more often than not. Interestingly enough, kills came into play at the end of the NPL season. But we have 6 guys from North America. If you guys see that numbers of distribution up there, that's because the Rumblers got that late invite due to some issues with some visas in other places. And I think that's a big boon for North America, that we have a little more of a chance of sort of moving through to that late stage.
And our 32 teams are being separated up into 2 groups to get the things going here for the first weekend as a whole. Group 1 is, as this stands, a big, fearsome group. We all looked at this at the very start and we're like, wow, that might actually be the group of death here. I looked on further inspection, I'm like, actually, both groups are really damn good. But we have 6 games per day for us here, starting with Erangel and moving on from there.
Yeah, I mean, you have 3 games of Erangel, and that means you got to take that opportunity. When you're on Erangel, you got most games there, make sure that's...
Rise to the top and excel. But here we go, guys. You can see the countdown is kicking off. Plane is up and in the air, so here we go. The first game of PGC is getting underway.
32 teams, 9 regions, 8 days, $2 million. And the chance to be crowned a global championship team. This is it. We are beginning. And of course, we get all the excitement, Match3. This is where we see, initially, if we're going to get any contested spots. Will people be greedy? Will people be ignorant? Will people want to fight and try and farm early game? Well, it's time to find out.
Well, there is a good chance of it. There are a lot of very strong locations on this map.
Any idea? And here's the spring. The trap has sprung. Uba is going to get 2. Rusty, Zera, and Andy FPS going to trade a couple back. But I think they might be... Uba's the only one down so far. Ency's going to try to come from the flank side. He's going to get a couple of down, finish the flushes. Andy FPS going to try to trade it back. No, it's not going to be found. And that's 4 picked up easy for FaZe Clan.
That's a big win for FaZe. It was a feast in that fight for them. A famine in the start, but Duckman once again. Summer with some excellent shooting will find him, and this is continuing to be a very difficult day for Armory Gaming and Duckman. The wild stallion himself has not been able to find any room to maneuver. And this is Gen G, who we haven't seen much from this game. They've been very quiet, and they have finally found a safe spot in the circle. Some very patient maneuvering here by this Korean team.
We checked back in with the boys from Vendetta. We were keeping an eye on them early. They are barely inside the circle on this northern side. VC, after finishing off G2, is making their way in. They still have 3 up and a nice little handful of kills so far. They might have spotted out a couple of members of FaZe Clan, as Domu is actually going to charge into the compound occupied by DMG right now. Armory Gaming could find themselves out in 12th here if DMG is not able to stay alive here.
Somehow Domu has avoided a lot of damage from FaZe. Almost every member of FaZe was shooting at him, but he's able to get in past those trees, find a little bit of cover for himself as 8C gonna start pushing up for FaZe, but they've got to run down an open hill. Summer was able to get the information from the shooting that FaZe was doing, but isn't able to make them pay very much for it, not connecting a lot of those mini 14 shots. So now 8C knows exactly where Summer is. The other members of FaZe are all looking that way.
They don't have a lot of time to mess around with this either. As we saw, that circle has popped and shifted hard to the south. FaZe Clan and VC currently outside of this right now. But Mexi's going to get taken very, very low by Domu, but not enough to finish him off. The smokes are coming out. Domu in a really rough spot here. He doesn't have any cover really to work with other than the smokes. And Summer, he's going to start getting ticked there by the blue, and that thing is ticking hard.
Yeah, Summer, I don't think he's going to be able to get the heal. No, indeed, he does get knocked to the blue, and he will be dead to rights as we are in the Phase 5 circle. Vendetta's pushing in here. Can DMG get this? No, it is a nice turn here by Critical Motion to take him down. Really nicely done by them. That's one of those difficult situations where you find yourself trying to hold down an angle in the house, and not able to do it is DMG. So now Domu has found a shack. He's got a blown up vehicle for some extra cover on the outside. DJ Boy, nope, you are spotted by Fuzzface. He's gonna keep you out and immediately look towards Domu's throwing some smokes now, try to give himself a little bit of breathing room.
This is all attracting the attention of Vendetta as well. They could come in here in third party this at any given time. Domu's going to go down to Fuzzface. It's all down to DJ Boy, but he's eating blue damage right now, and he is dead to rights as FaZe has to start making moves here as soon as well, because they have to cross this street, and that is just deadly. DJ Boy gets taken out, and that's going to be 6 kills now for FaZe.
Yet another big game from FaZe. Really impressive with that bit of a rough situation they had to start with to win these team fights, and exactly, they're making the wall of smokes across the road, but Vendetta is here, and they are going to start lobbing some frag grenades in to make FaZe pay for this rotation, but FaZe is patient. They are not coming through so far. Fuzzface is now in the blue, taking some damage. He's gonna get taken down by a nice AK shot from Icon. Mexi and AT trying to cross the street. Underneath, Icon shooting. Ooh, does get a little bit of damage. Mexi's getting shot from somewhere else. It's T1, in fact, who is putting some damage into him now.
Yeah, T1 has the long-range vision onto this, but FaZe in a lot of trouble. He does manage to get the health off just in time. Vendetta, can they fight with this on the edge? Mexi's going to go down. He gets traded back by AT. AT's going to go down to the circle, and Vendetta comes out ahead just barely.
Impressive stuff from Vendetta today. They continue to find themselves in high-point situations with kills and placements. Really, really awesome stuff from the OCE team. Sharky now looking towards potentially Genji. He's hearing the shots, he sees the explosions, seeing if he can find an angle onto Pio and the other members of that team. But right now it looks like they're not really interested in that, because Gex, is coming behind from the side. So we'll see. This is a replay from Tanawat. Oh my goodness. The bolt action. I want to see more of that here in the PGC.
He's a monster. We do have the new circle popped. Right now, currently SKT and Ghost Gaming have compounds within. So they are in a prime spot. Genji had 4 up, but Drassel is going to take down Pio.
Yeah, this is not what Genji wants. They did a really great job to get here, but it is going to be a nice headshot from Drassel that is going to get Pio knocked and down for now. Tempo Storm, 3 strong. They're still pushing up here, but they've got a couple teams in their way. And Lin from Infantry looking to see if he can maybe pick up a cheeky kill or 2. He does get onto Taman, but here's Mickey with a nice spray on a Jaiwei. Gonna take him down. Great control of that 3X. Can he get another? Incredible shooting from Mickey.
What a great flank from Mickey. They knew that Gex was out here. They sent one out there to go from the flank while the other 3 served as bait, heading for circle. Mickey gonna handle things all by himself, but now Tempo has to make their way in. They're gonna find out Loki. Gen is just not winning their firefights right now.
Tempo Storm doing a great job making sure that Gex did not push up from their eastern flank and finding the picks onto Genji on their west. So only Esther left here. He's taking so much damage, and Zanpa will be the one to finish him off with the SLR. 7th place for Genji.
This is the Tempo we've been waiting to see in the house that Tempo built here at OGN Super Arena. They have 7 kills so far, 3 strong on the south side of this circle, but Entis Ace is wrapping around. They're sharks. They smell the blood in the water. They want this. They're going to fight it out in the forest.
Yeah, Entis Ace has already kind of prodded towards Tempo Storm a couple times, but never pulled the trigger on moving in. But now we've got 4 strong on the southern side of the circle, and Entis Ace would love to clear this side out. Of course, Tempo Storm would as well, because there is nobody within about 150 meters of either of these teams, and it kicks off. Mickey trying to get the spray. Not much coming through for him as the members of Tempo Storm, you can see the smokes already coming out immediately as soon as they started taking damage.
There's only so much cover there that Tempo can work with. Zampa has gone down, but it's going to be to Drassel. as Ghost is getting involved from the north side. You can see Ghost and SKT both have their compounds. SKT, their compound is going to get favored by this next circle. It's really a question of how many kills can they get off of this with this priority that they have.
Yep, the smokes are here. The res does come out onto Zampa, but look at Joy sneaking around the left-hand side. There is still a ton of smoke here, but he's working along the edge of the circle. Tempo Storm is opting to try to move on. Can Joy get behind them unnoticed and potentially be the spoiler for Tempo Storm in this round? Behind the tree, coming through. He's going to see Sharp Shot. Good spray is going to get the knock onto him, and he's going to go for the flush, but isn't able to confirm it as the other two members of Entis Ace have moved up here with him. Grenades coming through. They want to finish that kill, and indeed, it will be Rang who's going to get it. Zampa and Sharky have prone.
There's just not anything, no real terrain for Tempo to work with here, so they're just going to go prone, see if they can get something. Sharky tries to land the spray. It's not going to be enough. It's all down to Zampa here. He's going to toss the molly over by the tree where he sees a bunch of people. Not going to be enough. He's going to get one, though. Mickey, he gets the flush as well.
Yeah, a great spray there and a good job by Zampa to get that point, but it is going to be Joy in the end that is going to wipe Tempo Storm here, as now the grenades are raining in from T1.
Oh, no,
on to Ghost.
the
That one looks really good. It blows
come on.
up the car. Akkad is going to pick up 2 kills for himself as T1 is 4 strong with a compound on the eastern edge of this circle.
I got to figure that Ghost wanted to blow that vehicle up before trying to go for the res there. That was probably the easiest 2K of Akkad's life. Drassel and McCoy are going to be able to move back up to the newly fortified compound by the crate with a UAZ and a crate to hide behind.
Well, now this situation's a little bit better because that vehicle is blown up, and ooh, Jeff Blocka is going to steal that kill. McCoy got the knock, but it is going to be a T1 point there. Joy goes down. Entis Ace down to 2 members. Ghost with 2. And T1 has a very nice situation here for themselves. 4 strong and a compound of their own. And we are going to find out where Phase 8 will go just shortly.
We got the prayers of 2 teams hoping that this thing pulls off of this compound and that SKT has to move. Unfortunately, not going to be the case, as Entis Ace actually in a little bit of the worst here, as they have to move up to the roadside. Only a little bit of a ledge ridgeline that they can work with on that roadside. Not sure what Drassel and McCoy can really do here, except maybe hope that they can get a couple of snipes here.
Yeah, they're just going to have to find some magic. Maybe Drassel can do it with that bolt action. We've seen him pick up a couple of big shots for himself already in this round. He's going to need to do it right now. Helen's got the mutant.
There we go.
Oh, there it is. That's exactly what I'm talking about. He finds Helen here. Really impressive stuff from Drassel with the M24.
Unfortunately, they can't really afford the time to push up here, as Entis Ace is using that as their signal to start trying to go. Rang making his move. Alpaca right behind him. Unfortunately, they're getting pinned behind, so SKT does get the res off, but the smokes are down.
And you got to think about how much utility Entis Ace and Ghost have already used. Oh, we're sending it. Alpaca's up here. He's going to be successful. That vehicle's going to blow up relatively shortly. That grenade just short, but that one's going to be good. Alpaca is going to go down. Great work by McCoy here to pick up some extra points in this situation, potentially give themselves a second place finish. Yes, indeed.
That last grenade managing to get Rang down as well. Rang had a nice little fort set up for himself if he could have made it, but not to be, as GG picks up 2 more kills. And look at this. Adder is now taken down.
He got shot by Jeff Locka in the back.
Uh-oh.
That's a bit of a misstep here by T1. The pressure maybe getting to them just a bit, but Adder is going to be picked up. McCoy gets knocked by Akkad, and this is the magician that T1 needs. It is Akkad with 3 kills already, a bunch of damage into Drassel. Drassel's gonna have to heal up as we are in phase 9. The circle is going to start closing very shortly. Akkad's got the right side. Helen comes in on the left, gets a couple of quick shots, isn't able to connect any more with that mutant, but that's gonna force Drassel to sit behind there, and if I'm Drassel, never mind, the grenade bounces right into him, and that is going to be a win for T1.
T1 with 7 kills. Erangel has decidedly gone in favor of the teams that managed to crash center early, get the compounds. but they are also managing to get the kills that they need on top of this. So T1 managing to climb themselves up in the leaderboard, but once again, Ghost finding themselves in the top 5.
I am loving what